Yes, sir.
Yo. Good morning, everybody. How we doing today? Woo! Right? Hey, it's the Suitman. How y'all doing? We're awake today. Somehow I'm actually awake. I'm alive, and not only that, but I've been working like 700 jobs. So I'm just happy to fucking be here. You know what I mean? I'm just here so I don't get fined. How's everybody doing this morning? We've got Dating with Disabilities 19. I got some great news. Wasn't that great for me fucking 30 minutes ago? Our guest is excited as fuck to be here. Make some noise, D West. Oh, now you want to be quiet?
Yep.
And
Well,
you
you yelled at me.
we got a great show for you guys today. We're hoping Janejira shows up here soon, but we wanted to get this on the road. I know he's got a ton to talk about, so I wanted to give him a chance. But first off, our co-host is here this week too. The two white guys are on time. Imagine that. Give it up for our co-host today, Andy Tillinghast. How you doing today, buddy?
Only guys here. Look at this. But we at 7 a.m., but we're winding up. So
I know if this was Star Wars, we'd be having a fucking, what is it called? A lightsaber battle right now.
right.
We only got one guy from the dark side and two guys from the sorry, never mind. And then give it up for our guest today. And is it Keith West? Do I call you D Keith West? How do I do?
You can call me D Keith, but I go by Keith.
Keith? Why do you put the D on there then?
So long story is I could have been C Keith West the third, and my mom stopped it. So named me after her brother. So Daniel Keith West, but they kept the Keith. So that's all. I've always been Keith.
I like how you try to give that short answer. It's like, well, you've always been Keith. Then why do you keep putting the D there? You didn't answer the fucking question. If you're just Keith, why not just take it off?
Because that was my favorite uncle. So I just like D. He was Daniel, my first name.
I guess that's how all the white people feel about the U in my name. They're like, if you're Duante, just take the U out. Why don't you just, that could solve a lot of headaches for everybody, right? So tell us a little bit about yourself. What you said you're Keith West. What do you do? Where are you from? What makes you the guy, if you know what I mean?
Okay, so I was I'm originally from Wyoming, but I moved to Las Vegas when I was 10. So I'm still in Las Vegas. I have MS, multiple sclerosis. So I've had it. I was diagnosed when I was 18. I just graduated from high school and I was diagnosed. So I wanted to play college football and I was going to, but I was diagnosed when I was 18. So.
Oh no. Did you have a scholarship and all that, or were you just hoping to play?
No, I had a long story. So it takes a while to get diagnosed. So my senior year was all about tests. So I had all ridiculous tests and I had diarrhea for 6 months.
Oh,
anyway,
no.
So I didn't have a scholarship, but I would have either walked on or went to a junior college.
Okay. What position did you play in high school?
Linebacker.
Well, I might have had to run you over, Mr. Keith.
Nope.
I like how he says nope. Little does he know I'm 6'2", 290. I'm not that small.
Yeah.
I like the confidence. He's I'd have fucked you up. I can appreciate the enthusiasm. I love it. He's over there like, I'd have gave you the business. So you got into it real fast. You're like, I have MS. I'm just gonna put it out there. I was more asking, what are you? What do you do? What's your name? Like, what do you do? You're a comedian.
So I'm a comedian, but I'm on disability. So it took me 5 years to get on disability. So I made good money, but then I spent it all because I went on I tried to get on disability for 5 years.
Yeah, that can be a pain in the ass. I know for like my mom, they say it takes people, what is it, 4 or 5 times to get approved for their benefits usually.
Yeah,
So you have to exhaust all your income and piss off all your friends, right?
Right.
Before you before they give you a check. What's
Right.
up? Hey, we got somebody here. I know she's just hopped in here like nobody, but she didn't get any consent, but she slid in the back door. Give it up for the potato chip enthusiast
Hello.
and
It's
BDSM
me.
bear. I
Yes,
finally
he's
looked
our
at everybody. I
favorite.
was like, it's 7:03. She must be having a computer issue.
Always, because you know what, Xfinity, you will never sponsor me because y'all hate me so much. They're like, oh, you need to do something important. No connection for you.
I'm just over here like, you didn't get to hear all the good fun news. What was it? D West hit me at 6:37. Like, hey, and I was, hey, fucker. I said 6:40. I didn't put the fucker in there. I was being nice, but once I kind of warmed up and let him talk to Andy for a little bit, I was, hey, dude, don't do that to me. Hey, I'm not happy yet. I don't turn on all this sparkle and glitter until we hit play. Before we hit record, I'm still grumpy.
You're still becoming a person.
Yeah. Then I had a bunch of coffee, so I was just hopping around the place trying to talk to Andy.
He's like, I don't know where Dante's at in the background. I heard him. I was like, oh, I'm right here, fucker. I'm waiting. I gotta take you a dose. I was like, yeah.
Look in the shadows.
It's like when we talked last night. He was like, do you want to ask me any questions? He's like, no. And then he started talking. He's like, oh, yeah, he's disabled. I'm not gonna give a hard time or tell him which one, but I was like, oh, I can tell he's one of us.
One of us. One of us.
God. And this is how it goes. So you do comedy, right? You said you're a comedian.
I do. Yeah.
How long have you been doing comedy, big guy?
3 years.
And are you any good at it?
I'm hilarious.
I had a feeling this asshole was gonna say that. You're the special kid who doesn't lack on confidence. He's like, I'm still sexy. And everybody's, oh, okay. All right. I see your disability or multiple sclerosis didn't affect your ego, huh, Keith?
Yeah, I have ridiculous confidence.
So let me ask you, what is, and I don't mean to be an asshole, but we don't just give out terms here, right? And what I mean by that is not everybody knows what multiple sclerosis is. That's what the purpose of the show is. So what is multiple sclerosis?
Okay, I could talk all day about it.
You got 2 minutes, fucker, 2 minutes.
So how it works with multiple sclerosis, so it actually means multiple scars. Multiple sclerosis is scars. But basically my brain attacks the myelin in my nerves. What that means, so think of an electric wire.
Okay.
You know, with the plastic around the wire, my brain attacks the plastic. So then when the nerve signal goes down, it hits the place with no myelin and it kind of shoots out everywhere. So, and that could be anywhere in your body.
I want to tell you something. That was a good fucking explanation. I actually, I visualized that. So I hook up car stereos, right? And I know for a fact that if you don't properly insulate your wires and give them a proper connection, shit melts. Because
that's exactly right.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, your body's melting down every time you go to send a signal to your legs. It crosses with the signal to your arms, and then nothing fucking works. Basically,
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, we just did a whole TED talk on MS in 6 minutes. We need to get paid, Keith. Right, we got our little sound effects and everything. Hey, Janejira's on her shit today. It's not too loud either. Proud of you.
Hooray!
Hey,
we dialed
it in. It's only episode 19, but you finally got her shit together. So let me ask you. You said so. And this gets kind of hard. We'll get into the easier, fun stuff maybe later. We'll get into the hard stuff first. So, as a 17-year-old junior, you're still playing football, right?
Yep.
Your body's still working.
Yep.
What made you try to figure out if you were MS or not? What happened?
So, this is a great question. So I have a tremendous reckless disregard for my own body. So I had all sorts of problems or somewhat trauma is what I was, not problems, trauma. So I dove into a 3-foot pool. My
Oof.
and my heels at the back of my head. So, and because I worked out a lot, I didn't break my neck, thank God. But so that's one example. Another one, I
Hold on,
could,
stop.
yeah.
That's not anything too bad. I when I hear that, do you know what I hear is you're a young teenager from the 90s and 80s with testosterone. Did some stupid
Right.
shit. That's all. That
Right.
was, you know what I mean? That was the thinning
Right.
of the herd, right? Like
Right.
somebody's got to die at 16. The guy who loves glue, right? The idiot who jumped in the 3-foot pole. You barely missed it, right?
Yeah.
There was something else. Was it a health thing? What happened? Like, what was the
Oh, so what happened was I was go-kart riding with my cousins that came to town from Wyoming, and we fuck around a lot. So anyway, we crashed into each other and my legs went numb. And then we had to figure out why they were numb. And I thought it was nerve damage. It wasn't, obviously.
there's an old news saying. It's called when you fuck around, you find out.
Yep,
It sounds like you fuck around and found out, right?
I
And
did.
let me ask you, being from Wyoming, how close? Like, you're not going to your local hospital, are you? You're probably having to travel to get these.
Oh no, I
tests.
moved to Las Vegas when I was 10. So
Okay.
I grew up in Las Vegas, but
Oh,
my
this is
cousins are
Vegas?
still in Wyoming.
Okay. He's like, I was on summer break, got hurt. My mom was like, "We're not going to Hillbilly Bob's no more. We're gonna take you back home to Las Vegas and figure out what's wrong with you." Oh
Right.
shit. So how did that senior year go then? I mean, what is the testing for multiple sclerosis? Are we talking blood tests? Are we doing the MRIs, like the neurological?
Yes and yes. So my senior year I had all sorts of problems. So I had diarrhea for 6 months and we couldn't figure out why. So all sorts of different things, and then different parts of my body would go numb. So how it works is relapse remitting MS is where it starts for most people with MS. And then I didn't know I had it, obviously, but then there are all sorts of tests. The big one or the big couple, MRIs, and then spinal tap. And the spinal tap was scary because I didn't want it. Nobody wants it. And then I asked people, "What do you think about it?" Well, everybody's like, "Oh, don't do it, mate. You'll never get a boner again." What?
I'm sorry. I'm mad how that's where everything, your dick ain't gonna work if you.
Yes, and then I stopped asking people. I think actually with the spinal tap, I stopped after that because I didn't want other people's opinion because I don't know.
You're like, I gotta do this anyways. I really don't. So I'm
Seriously.
glad you brought that up because I've got Crohn's, and there's a pit. It's not that I know I have Crohn's; is I have IBS, I have internal hemorrhoids, I have lactose intolerance, and a couple other things, which usually add up to Crohn's. Or you could pay $7,000 or something stupid and take this one test, and they'll tell you for sure. I'm not paying it. And I remember the first time I had hemorrhoids real bad, I was bleeding out my anus, right?
Mm,
And I go to the doctor, and the guy's like, "Well, we can." The first guys were like, "We got to operate, and we got to get in there and take care of this shit." I'm just freaking out, right? And then the doctor comes in and goes, "Well, I could put this thing up your hoo-ha and see what's going on, or we could cut you open first." And well, we do that first thing, right? And we get done. He goes, how was that? I said, it wasn't good. And he said, well, you want to talk about it? I said, no, we're never,
Yeah, right.
we're not,
No,
we're never
of course
talking
I
about
don't want
that
to talk
again.
about it. I want to
Like,
ignore
mine
it
is
like it
over.
never happened.
yeah, like Jay Jerson. It's over. We're not. It's like a bad relationship, a one night stand. It didn't happen. You have your
Right.
memories. I have my memories. We'll go our separate ways.
So you probably learned at that point, it depends on the doctor what they do. So if they're a surgeon, they want surgery, no matter what it is. It's frustrating.
Well, no, you said so. Senior year, you find out you got multiple sclerosis. Did you have a girlfriend at the time, or
I did.
how'd that? Did she make it through? I mean, I'm not. We're not going to judge this 18, 17, 16
Yeah.
girl. That's a lot of shit to go through. But did
Yeah,
she?
no, she
make it?
didn't, because she didn't even ask about it, nothing. She didn't want anything to do with it. And actually, so I don't know if that's appropriate, but looking back, so before I knew it was MS, she was giving me oral sex in the jacuzzi,
Uh-oh.
and my legs went numb.
Uh-oh.
And the next day I'm telling my friends, oh, it was awesome, my legs went numb. They're like,
That's
I
not
don't
supposed
think
to
it was that
happen,
awesome.
bro.
It was so awesome that my legs went numb.
that
She just defies the laws of physics, and everyone's like, okay, good for you.
Yeah, she was sucking hard.
you're horrible. Again, this was a teenager on a teenager. We're not talking
Right,
about an
right.
adult. One of the these are two minors. Just for clarification here,
Yeah,
we're all
both
adults now.
minors,
But
yeah,
back
right.
then, this was a minor on minor fellatio. This was not an adult on.
What's fellatio?
Well, never mind. We're trying to. Geez, screw you, Keith. You're not. You're smarter than you look. I know better than that. You can stay.
I'm smarter than I sound.
Oh, we're not doing that either. He said, "I'm not making."
So
No, I'm not falling down that.
my friend that I told about it, and I was all excited. So he ended up like, Keith, that's not normal. He was the only one that called me on it. He's a veterinarian now. So he was like, he was a smart guy. So we're still a smart guy.
He was a veterinarian, so he's a smart guy. They actually say most doctors will tell you the veterinarians aren't the smart ones. Doctor, animal medicine, good job, fucker. Right? They don't talk back, and the animal does not tell you this hurts. Never
I
mind.
mean, a cat will tell you what's wrong.
Don't mean you have to listen. That is my favorite part about cats, is they will not move, but they will look at you and be like,
Right.
oh shit, I'm not fucking with that cat. So let me ask you now. I noticed you kind of got a speech impediment, right? Was that a response from your MS, or have you always kind of had that, or?
I do.
Oh, shut up. You know you do, don't you?
No, I don't. No, I do have a little bit because I have multiple sclerosis.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't
It's not like we all
Multiples
take the
in the
same.
title.
He's like, I do. Remember, not all my wires are wired right. That includes my speech, you asshole.
Yeah, which is funny. So if you've ever talked to somebody with MS, we all sound like this.
I have, but I didn't. So the thing is, I have a lot of disabled friends, right? And
Okay.
I talked about how I did a comedy show with Jamie Pierce. He's a Stephen Hawking type guy, right?
Yeah.
What I mean by that is he's in the wheelchair and he blows and he doesn't say anything,
Right.
but he has chair talk and all this other stuff. And so we were having one of our Zoom meetings for disabled people, and I was talking about how a girl had broke up with me, and he was like, "Boo-hoo for the American crybaby," but it was the robot voice said that shit out of nowhere. The robot voice went, "Boo-hoo, you American crybaby." And I was like, am I getting heckled by the fucker in the chair?
Yeah.
Am I getting heckled by the guy who can't even fucking talk? Like, if you're gonna heckle me, at least say it yourself, Jamie. And he started dying, and all I heard was nah, right? And he's dying, and everybody else on the call was like, and I was like, look, I talk trash to all you guys. If I can talk trash to all you guys, I'm actually
Right.
being an asshole for not talking shit to Jamie. And Jamie was still dying.
It's called equal opportunity roasting.
Yes.
But
Right.
those that aren't disabled probably were stone faced. Like, what the fuck?
Jamie loved it though. Jamie
Of
was
course.
dying, and then
Right.
I did my set about it in our disabled room, and I made a joke about it just like I did now. And all
Right.
the disabled people on the comedy show that were there, again, they're all like, woo! And all the
Right.
normal people were just like,
Right. People don't know what to do with us. They really don't. But we're regular people to each other, but to norms, no idea.
yeah, we call them normies here. Yeah, but you got the idea. Like some people, like so it's I'm gonna preface one of our guests is Jeremy, and he's a wheelchair. And he kind of said within 3 minutes, he said the same thing you just talked about a couple minutes back. He said, I hate being in a wheelchair because the first thing women think is my dick don't work. And I'm like, dude, we're at work. Like, I didn't need
Yeah, you can't say that.
save it for the podcast. Not like that, but I don't care, dude. Like, I really
Right. And that's the other thing too. Because our world is so fucked up, we lose the balance of what is okay and what's not okay.
I
Sometimes.
don't even know if there is a balance. I think when you find that safe space with somebody, you initially just let all your walls down, right?
Right.
And so, like me and him, he knew we had connected. He knew my show was about him, and kind of like he was excited, just like you this morning. I had to be like, okay, tone it down, let it go, let it go. This is not where we're doing this. I'm not taking out my lightsaber right now and saying I hooked to the right and I'm uncircumcised. We don't need to talk about that, right?
Lucky
Andy-
you.
And he's, well, what do you mean? We're not going there. He's like, lucky.
That was the worst day of my life.
Oh no, you got circumcised as an adult. Do you remember it?
No, I was a kid.
Oh, okay. You said the worst day of your life. I was like, dude,
Still, yeah. Go ahead.
he's like, I'm still missing that 1.5 inches. I don't know where it's at.
There's no reason for it. It's sadistic.
You know, I guess we'll have that conversation. At women, we're gonna do a PSA right now. Stop mutilating the male genitalia.
Seriously.
We stopped African tribes from mutilating the female
Right.
clitoris, right? Stop mutilating young men's private parts and just teach them how to wash their penis.
Right. The same that we teach women how to wash, right? So why would you not say that? It's crazy.
I think we need another applause break on that one, Janejira. That was not. We don't talk about that enough. Stop.
Woohoo!
We don't talk about that enough. It's
Stop.
unbelievable.
Yeah, stop destroying. What is it?
Penises. Peni.
Penis. Yeah, penis. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, I'm not even Jewish.
You look, but you fit the description. You look like a Jew. I'm glad I got a good laugh out of that. So let's hit the dark part. So you're 18, right? So you said you had a girlfriend.
I did.
You said and we don't consent into sharing our sex stories, so we don't do that anymore, right?
Oh shit.
Not by name. I'm just fucking with you, buddy. that poor 17-year-old girl
I
named
just thought it
Nancy,
was a good story.
who's called Numbing Nancy for the rest of her life because she gives blowjobs so good that your legs go numb, right? Somewhere there was a guy going, she didn't suck my dick like that. Like, why did my legs go numb? She must really
Yeah.
love Keith.
She didn't love you.
Your legs don't know numb. She doesn't love you. You got to save that. Do you talk about this on stage?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
That exact story? Okay,
Yep.
good. He said, yep. Yes, I do. That's
Sure
my opening joke.
I'm wide open with everything. Sorry, so you can ask me the questions and I don't want to just talk.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, you're supposed to just talk. That's part
I
of
can do that. So I was diagnosed right at 18. I didn't tell anybody for 13 years. It's not like I was hiding it. Like
I'm
I
pretty
just-
sure they knew, buddy.
say it again.
I'm pretty sure they had an idea something was wrong.
No, they didn't, because I would blame it on football or I blame it on something. I would always blame it on something. So some
no,
people had no
hold on.
idea.
They knew something was wrong with you. You just blamed it on something else. You get what I'm getting at here, though?
Right. Yes.
You're
right.
like, nah, I just had 17 concussions. That's why I talk like this.
Right. Exactly. Pretty much.
Everybody over here is like, he's
So
go ahead.
I was telling one of my friends, I have this itch on my back and it won't stop. And he's like, that's pretty close to another one of our friends that has problems, issues. He's like, you got to watch that. Wow, that's pretty smart. Yeah, I'm watching it.
I heard what you said there. You're like, oh, you mean our other friend is a little special? Yeah, I'm making sure that's not me.
Right.
Andy looked like he wanted to laugh
Fluctuators.
at that one. He's like, that's pretty fucked up.
I would never want that to happen to me.
Jesus Christ. So let's talk about it. So you're 18. How did this affect your dating at all as a young kid, or?
It did, because I knew, sorry. So I was thinking about going, so I knew that I couldn't handle things that vaginas can fix. If it comes to me, I have no defense. So that was what I was thinking. So it did affect everything in my head. A lot of things were just in my head. I don't know.
So you never told any of the girls you were dating? You just date them and be awkward or avoid situations, right? Or
Right.
like you sound like the old 90s show with Maury when they'd be like, that's a man. He'd be like, but we slept together 7 times. And she's like, well, I've been tucking it. And he's, how didn't you? You're like, I've been disabled this whole time. You didn't notice.
Right. So I told one girlfriend about it, that I had MS. So she ended up giving me, sorry, I don't know if this is good. So she ended up giving me syphilis.
Oh,
Oh no.
The first girl that I had sex with gave me syphilis. And you want to know something? Trying not to cuss. I cuss a lot. Sorry. So I ended up marrying her, which is nuts. Nuts. Because I felt like I wasn't lovable. So because I had MS, I didn't think girls would love me because I had something wrong with me.
Aw.
no,
Sorry, that was a little heavy.
just white. That's the only thing wrong with you. But I'm sorry. And he's got something to say. I'm tired of this shit. I'm leaving the show. You're always doing this to us.
I'm just writing down names. There's Numb Nancy, Syphilis Sally. So
Syphilis Sally, numbing Nancy. You just. And by the way, syphilis starts with a C. No, I'm just joking. It does start with F.
keeping track.
He's keeping track. You got all these girls, and let me ask you. So the first girl you slept with had syphilis. So you were a virgin in high school. Did you make it through high school?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I'll tell you. So I got a lot of blowjobs, but I never had sex. There you go. Until I was 20, which is dorky. I don't care. I had a lot of shit going on.
That's not. I disagree. So I don't think it's dorky to wait. We had So I got checked one day. We have this guy who's like my twin, Emmanuel Freener. We look a lot alike. We're the same age. We're both autistic. We're both tall. It was funny because I was like, I could probably beat you in basketball. And Manuel sent me a message while we were doing the interview. He's like, I'm 6'4". I just want to let you know. And I was like, you could have said that out loud. Like, I'm
Right.
you know what I mean? But he just said it to me on the side. Just so you know, I am 6'4" and I will dunk on you. And I was like, no, the fuck you won't. But tell everybody, say it with your chest if you're going to talk shit to me. But I love it, right? And we were going through an interview and he's like, I don't think he lost his virginity at like 28, 29, some older.
Mm.
And he uses sex workers. And he was
Okay.
very open about it and didn't feel any way. And he out of nowhere goes, yeah, I don't have 2 babies, moms, and 5 kids either. And I was, whoa, hold on. Hey,
Feeling
Oh, he does
personally
or he doesn't?
attacked.
he said he didn't, right? Which is
Oh,
what
right.
I have. I
Okay.
have 5 children
Oh, it's the
and 2
same.
ex-wives. And I,
Right.
whoa, hold on. You just took a jab at me, didn't you? And he just kind of smiled.
Right. Yep. It's funny. And that's a great point. So I didn't have to deal with stuff like that, because here's the thing too. A lot of women, even more today, I think, but think men want to have sex because you have a vagina no matter what. And vaginas are cool, but no, it's not all vaginas. That's crazy. Sorry, am I fucking up?
No, you're doing fine. That's why you were spotlighted. You were supposed to finish your thought, buddy. You're actually saying something wholesome. You said, I need more than just a vagina. Like, I need
Right.
feelings, right? It sounded like you were gonna say something actually of some
Well, I didn't say that, but yeah.
You said- I said it sounded like you were about to. You didn't finish, right?
You said
You're like
finish.
most women you deal with. You didn't finish.
Ay.
But it's like, hey man, it's not my fault. I've got MS. My legs go numb.
You gotta
Yeah,
tap
so
out.
so with MS things get worse, right? So gradually. So now my rhythm is screwed up. I used to have rhythm. I used to be a dancing man. Not anymore.
Oh no.
Hey, so basically you're like drunk sex all the time. You're trying to find it. Like you get, oh shit, I lost.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the point though.
Let them ride you. Let the
I would
woman take control.
rather. Sorry, go ahead.
I said, let the woman take control. Submit. All you
Right,
gotta do is submit. You'll be all right, buddy.
right. No, I agree, and I know that. Thank you, though.
No, did I just mansplain to the white guy? I think
sure
I just, hey, my white side's coming out. I'm getting better at this. Now you know how it feels, Keith. When you do
Mhm.
this to people, this Andy, this is how it feels. And he's over here knocking down shit. I got him on that. Fuck you. He punched the bear on the wall. I'm not taking your shit. Nothing. He's got a black bear. He punches, obviously, when he gets mad. Pow! And Duante will take that shit. He's not. Oh, it's a real dog.
Bear.
You're not supposed to punch a real dog, dude. That's bad.
Yeah.
Aw, so
It's not-
cute. For our audio only listeners, Andy is flexing that he has a cute dog.
Hey, you might get laid now, Andy. You need to show the dog off more. I don't see that dog in pictures. That's a good bargaining chip, buddy. You're fucking up here, man. That should be your profile picture.
You can't fuck your dog. Stop it, Andy.
Jane, you can't eat the dog either.
Ew. Right.
She's Thai. There's that they do that over there. I've heard.
They definitely do that.
Ew.
If it runs and it's got bones, it might get fried.
So I listened to a whole bunch of these. I think
Uh-oh.
5 of them. Nobody cussed. So I feel like I broke the fucking mold.
Did you hear
Oh,
the
no, no.
censored version? Like, what are you talking?
Yeah,
Have you met Dante?
He might. I don't know.
He's very genteel
Oh, shit.
on the videos. Not today. He's not today.
Not today. You'd be. It's. You started this. If you would have messaged at 6:37, I might be a little friendlier. This is your fault. Okay. Now you're
Well,
gonna
I
learn.
woke you up.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
woke you up.
I was already.
Listen, let's go.
Let's go. Look here. I'll beat up a cripple. I don't care. If I can beat up a regular person, I can beat up a cripple. It's same thing. Same thing.
You're 6'4", 290. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm 6'2", not 6'4". Emmanuel.
I will shoot you.
He said, "Whoa, this is not the right podcast. We're gonna have to edit that later." The white guy said he's gonna shoot the black guy on national TV. I'm getting you canceled. That's it. You're done.
It's a very white move.
How big were you in high school? Sorry, going off topic.
I was about the same
Dante.
size. I was 6'2". I wasn't the same weight, but I was 6'2", 205. I was a
Okay.
monster. Yeah. I was
That's not a monster.
playing
I would've
free
said-
safety.
Oh, safety. You
Yeah.
didn't say that. So you're pretty fast then.
Yeah, I was camp chancellor before camp chancellor. I was the guy
Okay.
back there just laying that. We're not gonna talk football though. We're not gonna bore everybody. Went, nah. Right?
I would have dumped you.
Whatever. I got another handicap guy talking.
All right.
I think this is hilarious. So no, stop. There's this black kid at my high school. He was in a chair, right? And I don't know what was his exact thing, but I used to always talk to him, stop by and say hi and talk trash, right? And so it's homecoming week, right? And I'm wearing my jersey and I go by him and he's in his wheelchair and he goes, actually, I think he had now I'm thinking he probably had MS because he could talk, but it just, the function. And he goes, "You're lucky." And I was like,
maybe.
"Okay. What are you talking about?" And he goes, "You're lucky I'm in this chair or I'd take your spot on the field." And I just started.
Funny, right? It's a good one.
Right. And not that it was like you said, it's not that I'm really worried or it's
Right.
really a laser contest between me and you, but I love the fact that you're willing to say that to me. I don't have to prove it. There's no machismo here,
Right.
but I love
There's
the
no way
fact
to
that,
prove it.
right? In that part too.
Right.
So we're gonna both get in a wheelchair and then run at each other. Boom, gotcha. That just looks like another injury waiting to happen, don't it? Like,
Yeah.
we both thought like that now. What happened? I hit him with the wheelchair. I wonder.
we have helmets on, styrofoam helmets.
And this is not good. This is not. I'm glad we're enjoying this. Somewhere, people,
Yeah.
there's a white Karen.
Nobody
going,
else is.
"This isn't right. Suitman's making fun of the guy in the wheelchair. I'm glad he said he was going to shoot him."
Here's the thing. I'm not in a wheelchair, Dante. Just throwing it out there.
I was gonna get there in a second. Hold on, I was gonna get there in a second. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Like, I'm not in a wheelchair. My dick works. Sometimes I told you my rhythm.
Yeah, sometimes. Listen, the fucking wires.
He's like, sometimes it gets all the way down there. Sometimes that we'll figure it out. So how is it? If it now, this is a good question. I know some people who have multiple sclerosis. I think it was Charles when I was growing up. He had his walk was bad, right?
Right.
So eventually he had to get aids to walk, if you know what I mean.
Right.
How is your mobility or motor skills? Are you able to walk? Are you?
Yes, I'm able to walk, but I use a walker now and I have a cane too. So I have mobility aids. But before COVID, so 2020, I was working out a ton. I felt good. Life was great. Anyway, COVID happened and everything went to shit. I mean, for everybody in different ways.
And how did your MS get worse because of COVID, my ass? Or
yes, and my body did is what I was talking about. But yeah, my MS got worse because I just laid around. It sucked. And being on disability, that's part of the reason that I'm a comic. I have to do something. I have to do something with my time because it's crazy. I can't just sit and collect money. That's fucking nuts. And I don't want to do that. But I get
I wish
in
I could sit
trouble.
and collect money.
right? Hey, I was over here like, hey, dude.
Sign me up for that.
Yeah, when I say money, it's pennies. But
it's just like my grandpa. What is it, like $1,200 a month or something like that?
Yeah.
And it's a I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get into your exact number. I just know what it is, right? And
Right.
so everything's on a fixed number, and so you can only spend like 80% of your income goes to housing, or there's a certain number, but you're
Right.
budgeted just enough to get by.
Right.
And you're not allowed to work more than 28. You're not allowed to work, actually.
Not at all.
All right.
Because you have to report it and the money, and then they drop what they give you. So it's stupid. So we give money to everybody, but not not disabled people. It's fucked up. You're looking.
I almost cried. I almost
MS,
cried. Go ahead, Andy.
sorry, MS is such a big weed, like pot is such a big helper with the MS community. So on the SSI budget, do you get that provided for you, or does that come out of that?
Nothing beyond the money, and I'm on Medicare, so Social Security disability. So there's two different ones. So Medicare or Medicaid. I worked a lot, so I'm on SSDI. But back to the pot. So pot, I smoked pot when I was 13. I smoked pot on and off my whole life. So anyway, it doesn't work for MS. I mean, for some things it does, but what it does is takes away your motivation, and then you just sit in your bed.
Yeah, because you have to be mobile. Mobile's such a big thing too, right? The MS medications for one are so hard on the body. But like Montel Williams, pot's a big deal for him.
Yeah, he's a big pot guy. So
You know, and what I
There
would
are
say to
some.
that one is it's kind of like anything, from depression to anxiety. Is there's 72 ways to treat these things, right? Some
Yes.
people, attest and pray by Zoloft, right? Other people be like, I
Mhm.
won't take Zoloft, right?
Right.
Whatever I was on, some people take when I was on serotonin inhibitors. Some people love that, and I was like,
Right.
like I feel numb. I'm driving down the street,
Right.
and I'm like, the sky's blue.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah, right.
And then
So-
you can't, sorry to go back to the sex thing, but you can't climax sometimes on different ones you take. And
That was kind of
sucks.
cool, actually. Dun, 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 dun. Hour and a half later. Dun, 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 dun.
That's a plus.
Dun, 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 dun. 3 hours later. Dun, 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 dun. She's like, can you just stop? I got laundry to do in the morning. There's stuff to do.
Right.
Speaking of that, the changer is like,
Help me out. Why don't you help me out?
Changer was like, nah, I got like 17 minutes. I got flyers to make for Suitman. I got laundry to do. I got 17 minutes. Right? You got to be efficient. I think, and that's the I've found you got to treat people's sex life kind of like a conversation life. Hey, I'm calling you. Do you
Right.
have time for a long conversation, or did you want a quick chat?
You gotta schedule appointment.
Yeah, your dick appointment, your pussy pause, right? Like, is this gonna be a long climax, or are we going for a short, fast, wham and bam? Thank you, ma'am. Which would you prefer?
It's a dick appointment.
You never heard about that? Oh, that's what they call them, a dick appointment, a dick date, right? No, never mind. I don't know. I guess I've been used a lot in life. That's my answer.
So I don't know if you had the same problem, but for me, everything, I have to find something that works. So with depression medicine, sorry, I went blank on the word. So you have to find what works. So I did a bunch of different medicines that didn't work at all. And then I found one eventually. I don't know if it was new or it was always there, but it's for nerves and depression. It's like, why didn't we start with that one? But anyway, that one's awesome for me.
That's I think that's the whole trick of the thing is there's like some people have never been on serotonin inhibitors, but that was the first thing they tried on me. So I don't want to try it again. And then other people take like Zoloft and Prozac for fun. And I'm like,
Right.
well, why didn't I just give them that? Everybody takes that shit to be happy. Why didn't they just give me that first, right? There's no, I think that's the biggest problem with mental health, right? And I don't,
Right.
I'm not on medication at all anymore. I'm just mad, sad, and feel all my emotions, and I talk about them more. I'm still depressed.
So how did you get off them though?
Oh, I
did
went
you-
cold turkey.
No shit.
I went through a divorce, and my ex-wife didn't give me my pills. And when she didn't give
Oh,
me my
fuck.
pills, I didn't have
Fucking
access
bitch.
to them. So I didn't have the ability to take them. And then I just didn't take them anymore.
Right.
I just don't want to then. Let
Which
me
is
give
awesome. I think that's huge.
no,
but
let me give a PS.
it's hard to get off them.
Do not do that. It is
Oh.
very scary.
Oh, I
I
bet.
can remember driving and my hands going numb and my eyes blacking out and just me.
Yeah.
I know I'm driving, but I couldn't see for a couple seconds. I can remember missing parts of the day because my body zoned out. Like, do not, do not just stop taking those things. They wean
Right.
you off of them
Right.
and wean you on them for a reason.
Right.
Bad. They're real drugs. So,
But it's how are you now?
I'm fine. I smoke shit ton of weed.
What is
But yeah, in my
Yeah.
opinion, I'm not too bad. I have sunny days. I'm like the Hulk. You know, you gotta the sunshine. The sun's going down, big guy. When I get mad, you got sun's going down. Calm down, please, please, calm down for everybody here. I've cleared when I get mad, like a whole bar clears out. Everybody wants to fuck with me till I get mad, and then when I'm mad, oh well, it's a
Right.
problem. Nobody. Why don't you calm down? Well, why didn't you tell him to stop talking to me 15 fucking minutes ago? Now that I'm mad, everybody wants to be scared. Why didn't you stop fucking poking the bear?
Right.
Well timed again. Well timed. Exactly. I get to the point like I think the last time I got mad, the guy had disrespected me in real life, and I made a Facebook post about it and a video complaining about it, doing the dialogue. And he's not even my Facebook friend, and he got on there talking trash to me about it and how it was so immature, and how if I'd have just talked to him, everything would have been cool, and how this was so high school. Oh, okay. So then I saw him in real life, and he decided to try to talk to me, and I was like, okay,
Different.
so we're gonna do this. All right. I said, well, last time I saw you, you disrespected me, and then you got on my page and kind of half-assed apologize. And he was like, oh, I wasn't apologizing. Oh, really?
Wow.
You
I,
should.
I just told you you hurt my feelings, and you're not apologizing. You must not like me. Well, I respect you. I'm not apologizing. Okay, I don't think you fucking heard me. And then I lost my
Those are
shit.
two different sentences.
Oh, so you said you fucking respect me. If you respect me, then that means you should hear me. And I'm telling you, you disrespected me. And when you disrespect somebody and you don't fucking apologize, usually you get your ass whooped. And the whole
Yeah.
bar
Right.
heard me starting to get like that. And next thing I know, I turned around and everybody was gone.
Right. People are scared.
The bar went from like 30 people in it to like 7 people in it. And I hadn't even, I had slapped my hand on the corner and I was like, ooh, we're gonna bring it back in. We're gonna put that guy away. Sun shining. See, the voice changed. See, I changed the voice. Oh, okay. Back to the dating thing, right? We're not talking about the angry
Mhm.
bear, the angry black guy. BDSM bear. I feel you. I need a blindfold sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a BDSM bear. But let's talk about it now that you're 31. Well, now that you're 31, but you're 31, you're telling everybody you have MS. What's it like dating now that you're 31 when you started telling
I'm
everybody?
not 31. I'm
No,
40.
I know that. You're
You're
old.
talking to me.
Yeah, but you said you didn't start telling people till you were 31. I did the math.
No, 13. Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
13 plus 18, right? Now, pretty smart.
You're smarter than you look. I swear to God.
Oh, that's racist because I'm black, huh? I heard what you said.
Actually, I don't think you're black.
He said, I think that hurt even more. It's because you're Polynesian. Fuck you. Go ahead, fucker. So did you start telling what was the difference?
So when it was nuts because I figured when I told people it would be everything would be better. When I told people they didn't give a shit. Nothing changed. I mean, other than I had MS and I was like a retard. So that's kind of how they treated me.
I love that you say that because we don't like to use the retard word, right? And so we try not to, right? But that's also I'm not Down syndrome is the better way of saying it, right? But that's what people think when we say we have Asperger's. They're like, "Oh,
Right.
are you gonna be okay?" And it's like, "I'm
Yeah.
not Down."
And that makes me mad. So it makes me mad because that's ridiculous. And obviously people aren't the R word. So that's crazy. But I would go somewhere with my buddy that I told, and he went to his favorite parking spot It was way the fuck on the other side of the parking lot. It was like, what the fuck? I told you I have MS. I have trouble walking. Ugh. Nobody gets it. Nobody gets it. No matter what, nobody gets it because we are different. So people don't understand. They just don't understand. That's what I learned.
So let me ask, do you try to date normies? Do you try to date specials? Do you just date whoever or
I-
doesn't matter?
I look for connection. So I was married for 5 years and then I dated a girl for 9 years. She was awesome. One story. So with the MS. So I told my wife or whatever, my girlfriend at the time, she didn't tell her mom. Oh, that's weird. So eventually I told her, I told the dad, and it turns out they didn't want their special, whatever you want to say, special kitten, their little
Their
daughter.
special princess dating somebody
Right.
with disabilities.
Right.
I already knew that. I could tell where this was going because they don't want the kid having MS. And are you going to pass this on to the children? And
Right. And that's not the way it works. So yeah. So and my father-in-law's dad had Parkinson's. So I said to him, do you know anything about MS? He's like, yeah, kind of. I know it's a little bit like Parkinson's. Maybe. No.
I mean,
Yes, no.
not yet.
That's not the
No.
conversation.
Not. I mean, if you want to say Puerto Ricans like black because we both get a good tan, that's
Right. Right.
Hey, I'm glad, man. I got a smile out of both Andy and Janejira on that one. They're like, that's pretty good. That's about the same. Yeah, we're both black. Sure, I'm Puerto Rican. Whatever.
Yeah.
I can only.
I'm on a podcast, buddy.
Oh, is that your son?
No, it's my nephew.
Ah, how old's the nephew?
How old are you, buddy? 3. He's telling me I'm making noise. He's 3.
Oh, that's awesome.
He'd
That's
like to file a complaint.
that's the first time the podcast we had a toddler to come over and be like, hey, Hey,
yeah, keep
Uncle,
it down.
Uncle, we're watching Blue's Clues out here, and
Right.
you're messing up my rotation. Now I just spilled my sippy cup. I'm gonna need you to turn it down a little bit down here. Okay, turn down your volume. All right, thank you, Uncle. Have a good day.
And he walked away mad. He was pouting.
Aw.
You're not gonna
So,
be attention either. You were supposed to come watch Blue's Clues with us, right?
right.
So, do you have kids? Did you make
No.
that mistake yet? Are you
No.
want kids?
None. So I wanted kids, and thank God I didn't have them with that C word, because then I would be stuck to her, and her mom is shit. Anyway, she's a horrible person, and that's fine. I wish I would have known that though. I wish we would have talked about it and then been done. And I don't care if they don't want me in their life. Fuck you. Get out of my life. I really feel like that. So
Hey, he's got that look like the toddler's fucking up his house. You notice that, right? Damn it. Are we almost done here? I think he's getting into a whole bunch.
yeah, no, he's in a different room.
It's just the way you keep looking over like, oh no, I heard something fall. Oh no, I heard something crash. We gotta
You gotta
go.
stop the child riot.
He
He's
watches
gonna show
that
you.
Siren Head, which is the dumbest shit I've ever seen, but he loves it. It's just noise and it's Siren Head, the guy with Siren Head. Have you seen it? Anyway.
What?
Siren Head. I think I know what
Siren
you're
Head.
talking about. But
They
no,
couldn't think of a better name.
No,
No,
it's Siren Head. And the
he's
guy
got a
has
siren for a
anyway.
head. That's
Anyway,
pretty
right.
accurate. That's pretty. Come on now. It's so for me, I love doing the show because we learned a lot about MS, but not only did we learn a lot about MS, we learned a lot about just dealing with people. Has it been like, do you have support groups? Are you going to MS groups? Are there people you hang out with? Like, I'm deaf, right?
So it's interesting. So
Go ahead.
all
I
right,
didn't mean, no,
okay.
you were right. I was just gonna say I'm deaf, so we have deaf groups, we have Audi groups, right? Do you guys have MS hangouts? Do you guys get together? Are there a whole
Yeah,
bunch
we
in the
do.
parking lot
Yeah.
just spazzing out?
I don't, I'm not part of them because a lot of them is just a bunch of people complaining about shit that I don't want to think about. Anyway, so I don't show up.
Hold up. I just gave you my Jesse Owens black man salute on that one. Amen. I see you there. I can appreciate you saying that. I'm so glad you said that. And I wish you were closer, buddy. I'd give you a hug, I'd take you out, we'd get a beer, I'd get you fucked up and make you walk all the way to the end of the parking lot.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, I've got a handicap sticker. Don't worry, we can park up front.
So I got one more story too.
No, you go ahead. We got time.
So, with my two things, but so with my girlfriend, so the first time, so I was chasing money for a living. So this guy was like, look, I have an invention. So I went to his house. Here's the thing with MS, with temperature changes is bad. So we were in the garage, it was hot. I couldn't go in the house. So I was like, shit, because I felt it in my stomach. Anyway, long story short, I shit my fucking pants. I shit them and it went through my suit and it rolled into a ball out into the middle of the garage, which made me laugh. And I couldn't stop laughing. And I was just dying. So anyway, the point of the story is, long story, but afterwards I talked to my new girlfriend about it and I just told her, look, I was in the garage and I shit my pants and she's laughing. She thinks it's funny. That's awesome. Instead of with my ex-wife, she would have been just a total B about it.
Hey, it's funny you say that because with my disabilities, it's the same thing. And then I had a girlfriend who was cool about my disabilities, and then it wasn't cool anymore. And that right person, like, I'm not gonna cry today. I almost cried for a second again. God damn it. You almost got me twice today, motherfucker. Fuck you, Keith.
That's not very nice.
Whatever.
I just met you and you yelled at me earlier.
Yep. Dad, is that you? Right? Just trying to treat you like family, whatever. But it's one of those where I think that's I was thinking about that the other night. I want a beautiful woman. I want a woman I want to look at and be like, oh my God. I want a woman that understands I'm a little weird. I want a woman that looks at me like Andy looks at that chihuahua, right? I got Andy typing to somebody else. So
Stop fucking the chihuahua, Andy.
Right. As I saw Andy doing something else, I'll call him out. I'll go spotlight myself instead. But I think that's the thing.
Dog.
Is the right person will have compassion, love,
Right.
understanding, and go through that roller coaster of emotions. Because there are some days where my disabilities piss me off. There are some days where I cry about being deaf. I also got my new deaf tattoo on my ear. That's the muted
saw
sign
that.
with 60%,
Cool.
right?
Right.
I've empowered it, right? And where it's at, you can't see it all the time. I got to pull back my hair to show you, but at the same point, I've empowered what I am, right? So it's I'm glad to see you found somebody that could laugh at you shitting your pants, right? Like it happens, right? Like I've got hemorrhoids, I've got all kinds of issues.
Right.
I bleed once a month from my ass, right?
Is part of that from lifting weights? Or is
no,
it all from the disability?
probably just my internal issues, right?
Oh,
But
right.
it's one of those where it's like you find the right person, the right partner,
That's it.
the right match, that right spirit, you'll vibe.
Right.
We can sit there and laugh about how you shit your pants, right?
Right.
She's gonna be like, "Don't worry, in 20
Right.
years I might shit mine," right? Right.
Right.
She's,
Right.
Don't worry. If we have a kid, she's probably gonna poop then, right? When they push it out, let me tell you, that's the whole.
Right.
Ooh. Andy's like, I've seen that. Don't do it. I've been at home plate. Right. So it's one of those where it's just like I'm glad to hear that you are embracing it. Not that you have any choice, right? Like I'm
Right.
MS no matter what I choose to be. Just like I'm black, deaf, and I'm loud. Fucking deal with it. But also that you're not
Right.
hiding, right? And it's hard to hide. I loved having these shows because like somebody looked at you, yeah, I thought you were probably deaf because I heard your speech impediment. So me being hearing impaired, that's why I asked you, right? I didn't know if you were hearing impaired, right? Because
Right.
deaf people talk similar depending on how bad our
Yeah,
deafness is,
right.
right? And so it's one of those when you find the commonality, like without really knowing, looking at you, I didn't know you had MS. Looking
Right.
at your pictures, I didn't know you used a walker or walking aids, right? If you're
Right.
on a dating profile, as long as you beat her to the date, right? She doesn't know that you use no, oh yeah, I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Have a good night. Oh, I don't like to get up. My knees hurting today. Right? You can play it.
Right.
You can cat leg a bitch. You know what I mean? I got my legs work,
Mhm.
everything's great, right? Or you can be you. And sounds like you're embodying being you. You're not afraid of it anymore.
No, I'm not, and it's crazy. So I'll tell you a story.
No way.
Sorry, say it again.
He said, I'll tell you a story. I said, that's your catchphrase. I'll tell you a story. No way. Maybe two.
I got a lot of stories. So this girl the other night, so I lie like crazy, and I'm fine with it. I lie constantly. This
Same.
last girlfriend, I lied on my dating profile. But then I lean into my personalities, and I can one-on-one, I'll bet on me. So anyway, I lied about everything with the last girl, and it worked. So I don't say I'm disabled, but then before I meet him, I have to talk about it. So because then it's weird if I show up with the walker.
I don't tell him I'm black. I got this white guy on my profile. But when we get there, I tell him that's my grandpa James, and we look a lot alike. I just
So I show up, and this girl says, "You're
Hold
good
on, I was
looking."
right. You're cat legging bitches. You're telling them I'm fine. I can
Yeah,
walk. I like to
exactly.
jog.
Yeah, I tell them I have a 12-inch dick, but you have to measure my asshole. But anyway, so then I show up, and the girl goes, "Well, you're good looking, but you have that." Talking about my walker. And I didn't catfish her. This was just a random girl. Just a random girl at a comedy club. That's crazy and fucked up. Fuck you. I don't, but what do you say? What do you say when that happens? Because I mean, I always just let it go. It doesn't matter.
This is what we talk about. We talk about it on every show. I prefer that. Because do you know what happened? Is instead of you dating her for 5 years and meeting her shitty parents like your ex-wife, she left for,
Right. You know, up front.
right? And that's
I agree.
a great way to end the episode. We went full circle. Great job, Keith. You missed a chance for some where's our sound effect? Damn it. Come on, potato chip.
Yay.
You just did one. There we go. There we go. But that's the full circle. I'm glad you did that. That's a great way to wrap up. We did a whole
Very true.
journey. We went on a circle. My black girl inside's like snap.
Yes.
Yeah, snaps. Oh, look, he put his hand up. He knows what's up. He's been with a black girl.
Just giving you.
He's been with a black girl. Look, he even gave me a wink. Keith's like, I'll date a black girl. I see it, Keith.
Yeah,
He's up
I've dated black girls before.
I know you.
The girl in high school.
Uh-oh. Oh, she's the one who dumped
A
you.
few, but
Hey, that's why
So-
she could make you. No, never mind. We're not going there.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Stop it. Nope, we're not going there. I'm not letting you do it. We're not getting canceled today. No, we're not. I'm not having the black woman sitting. You had that damn white guy with MS on there, and when you let him talk about black women, nope. Variety D would be like, I'm not letting that happen. Don't you do it. We're not talking about black woman today. We're not doing it. By the way, let's give a shout out to Variety D. It's her Mother's Day in Britain. So Variety D is
Happy Mother's
here.
Day.
She was cooking for her mother. I think that's a pretty good impression of Variety D. That's how she talked. You know, she'd be like, it's my Mother's Day. So I had to cook for my mom. I made her some mum. That's the best I got. That's all.
My God, yeah.
That's pretty good, though. That's pretty good. If you're Variety D, that's pretty good. That's about as good as we get. But shout out to Variety D. Sorry she's not here. Keith says he wants one more thing. Better not be a story fucker. But what you got, Keith?
So I'm writing a memoir. That's all. I'm writing
Okay.
a
Perfect. Well, we're
memoir.
gonna get there in a second, fucker. That's very white of you. God damn it. And give it up for our guest today, right? Give it up for Keith West. Tell them what you got going on. Go ahead, Keith. Here's your chance. You do comedy. What else?
Oh, yeah. So I do comedy, and with the World Series of Comedy, I'm following them around the country right now, and then I'm finishing a memoir. So I will have that out as soon as it's done.
This is no dirty memoir, right? We're not going to hear about all the escapades and how you went to Ukraine and got a kidney and shaded a left testicle for it or anything like that right now. We're good.
Yeah.
Give it up for the quiet guy today. He was talking his ass off pre-show. He just got quiet once he got on here, though. Give it up for Andy Tillinghast.
Hey, and
Where's
the
your
cute
dog at? We're
dog.
trying to get you laid, Andy. Where's the dog? And if you
Oh,
do
there
date
it is.
Andy, you get to see this
Yes.
cute little dog every day. And I don't mean Andy.
So cute.
It is funny how pets look like their owner. Right, Andy found the pet that looks like him. That is the Andy of dogs right there.
That's the Andy of dogs.
You should make him a hat.
No. Right. Give it up for BDSM Bear and the potato chip enthusiast.
Yes. For anybody that doesn't know, justjanejira.com/blog, you will hear all about my unsolicited opinion on certain potato chips.
And she's gonna let me on there one day. We're gonna do some potato chips. I want to be a guest on there. I want to do we need to do some potato chip analysis there? Because I want to talk about the best jalapeno chip, and today it is still Tim's Cascade. But anyways, we're not going there. I'm not gonna ruin my topic. Hey, I'm Duante, Suitman Barnett. Thank you for showing up. We talked about a little MS. We talked about me beating up a disabled guy. White guy said he's going to shoot a black guy on national TV today. He's like, that's only because you threatened to beat up a cripple. I did threaten to beat up a cripple today. I can't lie. Right?
6'2", 290. What are you doing?
Whatever. He's like, I'm shooting that. It's too big. But anyways, I've been Dante Suitman Barnett. Thank you for tuning in to Dayton Disabilities 19.
Thanks, Dante.
You guys are great. Have a great